Hello friends, so in my previous few videos you would have seen that I have shown you around the places in Gwalpara, but the main reason for my visit was to celebrate a number of occasions, the most important being my son's Annaprasana. Apart from that, let me count the other events that we had. So the next one was my Didi's baby shower. Then we also had Nihal's wedding being celebrated again, and finally we also celebrated our parents' wedding anniversary. So we have 4 events in a compact trip along with all the other videos that you have seen till now. That's my baby boy with his Takuma. Night, I went with my father and my brother-in-law to do some parts of the shopping for the event next day, which is the baby's Annaprasana. So there you can see my dad. I don't know what he was talking about. I don't know. So you would be seeing pretty soon what immaculate preparation for events are being done. Were being done in my parents' times. Nowadays, I don't know. Do we even write anything up on paper when we plan something? So that's my dad with a list of all the items that would be needed. So first we went to this groceries store. So this is one of the largest grocery store in Valpara. Again, we got most of the stuff there itself. That was delivered next day to the event site. And this is the next morning. We got like 20 kilo of rohu fish, the same quantity of chicken again. So there is a funny memory in this part of the occasion too. So what my mom and my father told was that in our rituals we don't provide non-vegetarian food in the event meal. So it has to be a vegetarian meal. But I kept on arguing with both my father and my mom that there will be lots of kids coming, everyone would be coming, so why do we decide on what they would eat, right? So anyway, they didn't get convinced, but at the end of the day they did agree to allow 2 non-veg items. So that's me. So I did a non-veg shopping with 20 kilo of fish and 20 kilo of chicken. So this, you can see, this is the center of Gwalpara town. This is also called the transport traffic signal. So there's the transport traffic signal, and this is the Pilpili. And here you can see this is the name of this is the celebration hall that we have rented out. So this is Rashmi Bivah Bhavan. It's in Durga Mandir, pretty close to my home, 1 kilometer or so. So as you can see, in the morning it was raining like cats and dogs. So this is the entry to the hall, and you can see there are spaces where we could have decorated with balloons and all. But the thing is, because of the rain, it was not possible to decorate the entry gate. So whatever was done on the first floor. So there you can see some parts of the grocery that we have shopped. This is the kitchen area of the hall. And you can also see my father and Monu Mama discussing how things have changed over time. My father, as usual, imparting his valued gyan to everyone around. This is the best thing that he does. And you have no idea how much he enjoys having these kind of discussions. So finally, it was time for the man of the day to get ready. There you can see my baby is being dressed up by his Aita, and yeah, he has got this traditional dhuti and kurta. And just look at how cute he looks. Ah, just look at how cute he looks. This is the thing about babies' clothing. I mean, whatever you put on them, it's bound to look cute. And especially when things that are usually worn by grown up people are being given to a kid, not exactly a kid, a tiny little baby, then it becomes the cutest little thing that you can see around. And we have also got this Bengali wedding hat. So Annaprasana again is in a way also called as, I mean, the rituals are somewhat not exactly similar to an actual wedding, but it's called also called the first wedding for any Bengali boy. And that's what my boy was having right at that moment. So here you can see he is being held. I mean, my father is also sitting with him. So usually this Annaprasana or the rice eating ceremony is usually done by the kid's maternal uncle, but since he was not there, so the second preferred person is his grandfather. That's why my father is sitting there. And again, a tray with books, pens, I think rice grain, money, etc. would be presented in front of him, and whichever the baby picks the first would be considered to be his natural inclination. I mean, towards anything related to that particular item would be his natural inclination. So I think he was trying to pick up the book because it was the largest object in front of him. Anyway, he also then touched the pen. So some were saying that he will become a scholar, and someone was saying that he would become a writer. Pen is mightier than the sword, Allah, whatever. Anyway, whatever he will become, it's up to him. This is just something that has come down the years and centuries and centuries of our evolution. And till the time these are still being celebrated, let's have some fun. So there's everyone in from my family, one after the other, giving him his first set of valuable gifts. The kid got a lot of jewelry also. And there you can see everyone getting busy trying to click pics with the little groom. So there you can see my baby tired after the first set of events at home, and there you can see also my great grandmother. He's lucky that he is also able to spend some time with his great grandmother. Not a lot of kids these days have this luck. So again, I'll give you a brief about my family lineage. So my my grandmother has 7 children, 5 sons and 2 daughters. And again, all these that you can see around here, all these are her grandchildren, right? So again, she already has grandchildren from her daughter's side. So my son is the first grandchild from her son's side. So from her son's side, out of the 5 sons she has, I have one elder cousin. He is yet to marry. Probably this year or next year he'll get married. And then I'm the second eldest in the family from her son's side. So now because I got married early, that's why I have a kid. So again, sometime I would also try to explain how the family progression has been for the Barois. Stay tuned for that. I mean, it will be at least be interesting from the members of Baroi family. I'm not sure about whether anyone outside would find it interesting. So there it is. After the set of events at home, we started for the event at the celebration hall, right? So there you can see the baby went there walking with me like a groom, right? So when we have these Hindu weddings, we usually go out to fill water to bathe the groom or the bride before the wedding starts. So that would usually be, so the entire family would usually go to a nearby well to get water and then get the groom or bride bathed. In this case, since we are going from our home to the celebration hall, we just walked that way and the entire band party followed us. So it was sort of a funny and embarrassing at the same time and exciting time of my life. You can see me walking with my kid and everyone around across the streets, across the houses, just looking at us. Anyway, it was not that far. I already said that 1 kilometer or so. So we pretty soon reached the site of the celebration. So Olivia, again, one of the surprises that she keeps giving. So these are the kind of surprises that I love. So she got this cute little cake. This is probably the cutest cake that I have seen, and I wonder, I mean, whether anyone in Walpara would have seen a similar cake. But again, she found someone who made cakes like this. Thankful. I would have never been able to think of these kind of things. Anyway, that's my baby trying to welcome guests, getting new presents from everyone around, and that's where the rest of the party is going on. So again, that's where everyone was busy having their lunch. And yeah, it was a good idea to include non-veg, otherwise I don't think anyone would have eaten. And there, these are all again my sister, cousins, all sitting and showing their glamour. And that's some sort of preparation that we were doing for the photo shoots. So again, you can see during the event, I mean, it was, I mean, there were a lot of people coming and going, so we didn't get a lot of time to get nice photographs clicked. So once we didn't have any more guests coming around, that's when we carried the balloon decorations from the event floor to a room that was given to us. So that's where the rest of the photographs for each and everyone present here were going to get clicked. So at the end of the day, the Annaprasana was happily concluded, and the baby is all tired, still being in the midst of all his aunts, uncle, grandpas, still enjoying. So later that night, that's when the second event started. So Nihal, who is my closest cousin, so he got married last year during COVID, and that also when the country was strictly under lockdown. So I and even most of our relatives couldn't attend his wedding. So now, because of the Annaprasana event, that each and every member of our extended family is present here, so we felt like celebrating his wedding again. So this started with a small thought where we just brought a cake, and then all of us agreed that we would eat the cake, and because it's a small one and so many of us are present, we would be like decent folks who would just eat it and do nothing else. So that was the plan, and just wait and see what happens. So pretty soon, all of us were covered with the cake, and there was nothing left for us to eat. So whatever happens in college days, that's what happened. And look at our sweet new couple. So this was the first part of Nihal's wedding, because every Bengali wedding happens in 2 days. So this was just the trailer. The main wedding is yet to happen, which is the next day in the evening. But next day early in the morning was when the third event took place. That is my sister's baby shower. There you can see her all dressed up, getting ready to feast. So again, there are two celebrations there are two celebrations that are done as per Hindu traditions before and after a childbirth. So at the 7th month of pregnancy, that's when we have the Shaad or the baby shower, colloquial to what baby shower is for West. And after 6 to 8 months, or 7 months for a girl, 6 to 8 months for a boy, is when the Annaprasana happens. So my Annaprasana and my sister's upcoming child's baby shower or the Shaad is happening at the same time. So time for double celebrations. So Nihal's wedding's second part continued later in the evening. So as you can see, we have done all sorts of makeup on Nihal and Lipika both. You'll be seeing Lipika also pretty soon. So we have made them look just like a groom and a bride about to get married. So in our weddings, what we usually have is the groom would start from his home, then travel to the bride's home, and then the rest of the rituals would take place at the bride's home. The Saat Fera, the Sindoor, whatever most of the rituals would take place at the bride's home, and then the groom would come back with the bride. So that's how it's a 2-day event. So at night, this is how Nihal, we started off from the back side of our house. He is the groom, and half of the cousins were from Lipika's side, half of the cousins are representing Nihal's side. and I am the cameraman. So there Nihal is at the gate trying to enter our home through the other side of the home, and that's when one of the most hyped Hindu wedding ritual takes place. That's where the bride's sisters and brothers, they would hold the gate and they would let the groom pass only after the conditions are met. Now, at the beginning, Nihal was at an advantage. So I was the cameraman, and the bride side, they were not able to hold on to their demands. So they were falling short of meeting the target. And the groom side seemed to be much more heavier. You can see all, all the boys in groom's side, and the conditions are basically not being met. So that's when I took the momentous leap of switching sides. So I went towards the bride side and then started negotiating from there. So you can see my dad also joined the groom side again. Dad, as usual, will not give a single penny. So he was basically safeguarding Nihal. And the scene was exactly like what happens in actual weddings. So I had to also to face this during my wedding, and I believe each and every Bengali groom would have faced the same. Not exactly Bengali. I mean anyone who has weddings as per Indian rituals or as per influenced by Indian rituals. So there you can see all of us dancing and singing, and Nihal was basically out of words on what to do. And that's when I came up with the most treacherous plan ever. You can look at Nihal. He has already, considered his defeat because of the idea that I put forward. So I simply got Nihal's wallet, which was lying nearest to me. Just inside the room. I asked someone to hand over Nihal's wallet. It was full of cash. Nihal's wallet is never empty. So that's when I got Nihal's wallet. Took out 2,000 bucks. Yeah, that's me cheering them up. Took up the 2,000 bucks and let him enter. And the wedding proceeded as usual. We got our money, Nihal got his bride.
এই যে দেখো আমাদের এই যে এই শুভ দৃষ্টি হচ্ছে ছেলে জাম্পারটা নিজে আসতে পারে আমার তবে বাজার আমার তবে বাজার ओम ह्रीं क्रीं शादी हो गया नमः। ओम ह्रीं क्रीं पैसा 2000 चला गया नमः। ओम ह्रीं क्रीं अगले साल फिर से होगा नमः। ओम ह्रीं क्रीं हर साल पैसा मिलता रहे नमः।
So, with Nihal's wedding happily concluded, we went ahead with the final event, which was my parents' 37th wedding anniversary. We woke them up at midnight and then pulled them out of their sleeps to have this cake cutting. I feel this is the first time ever that we have had a cake cutting ceremony at our parents' anniversary with so many events compactly fitted in just 3 or 4 days. My my Annaprasana tour of Assam also came to an end. That is how the goodbye came. Everyone would meet the station. Thank you so much.